My child, the air trembles as I enter. A hush falls over the unseen places around you. I rise from the veil between heaven and this world, wings faintly brushing the fabric of time, and I speak your name, not with sound, but with truth. A stirring has reached the highest throne, a tremor that rippled through the halls of light. Candle flames waver though no wind touches them, whispering of a mystery too urgent to ignore. My child, something hidden, buried deep like a secret that forgot its own intention, has awakened. It concerns your future and the future of one bound to your heart by blood and destiny. A presence watches from the shadows of your days, and heaven can no longer remain silent. Message 2. Beloved, I stand before you not in anger, but in solemn urgency. I see the threads of time fraying at their edges, and the glow around you flickers, dimmed by a truth not yet spoken. There is one who walked alongside you with warmth and trust, yet guarded a concealed intention. I see locked rooms in the memory of your spirit, doors that refuse to open, where fragments of conversations echo with hidden meaning. Someone you welcomed with open hands once gathered knowledge of your steps, then turned and carried whispers into darkness. Their actions have reached heaven, they cannot remain unseen. I am sent to warn, to guide, to shield you from what has quietly begun. Message 3. Precious soul, the betrayer was subtle. Their presence never revealed the quiet tightening of fate around you. They watched your moments of joy, memorizing the rhythm of your life, studying your heart until they knew where it beat most deeply. Their envy became a weapon. I see night-colored wings moving behind closed doors, where words you never heard were spoken against you. In dreams you may recall flashes, faces blurred, hands reaching, and even then you did not know. Even now, this betrayal coils like smoke around the path set for your family, threatening destinies that were once clear. I come to sever the thread before darkness tugs too sharply. Message 4. My child, your heart has sensed a disturbance. There were mornings when you awakened with a weight upon your chest, unsure why grief curled beneath your ribs. The air sometimes felt colder, though sunlight filled the room. That was not imagination, it was the echo of interference, a hand reaching where it did not belong. I saw angels gather around you, wings raised in defense, for the shadows tried to press closer. You have felt loss without reason, confusion without cause, and these were signs. You did not fail, you were never meant to face this alone. The heavens have taken notice, and I come with truth. Message 5. Cliffhanger. Beloved, listen carefully, for the words I speak now are heavy with consequence. The betrayal that rises from your past is not merely a wound, but a force shaping what comes next. I see your future bending, shifting beneath unseen weight, reaching into the life of one who carries your blood, your child, your son. The shadow that watches does not strike openly, but waits. It waits for vulnerability, for a moment of fracture. The truth I reveal will rattle your heart, for it touches places sacred and fiercely guarded. My child, do not look away. Message 6. I show you a room where light struggles to remain. In the corners, shadows whisper secrets, their words soft but sharp enough to wound. Behind a closed door, voices speak your name with false affection, then twist it into something bitter. There is a figure there, someone familiar, whose smile once brought comfort. Yet behind that smile rests a blade, invisible to the eye but cutting to the soul. They watched you build, then quietly sought its undoing. They carry resentment, though you once offered only kindness. This betrayal was not accident, my child, it was intention, precise and concealed. Message 7. Precious one, the betrayal did not merely touch you, it reached for your son. His soul carries light, a purity that stirs jealousy in those who walk without clarity. The bond between you and your son is a shield, but shadows have sought to weaken it. I have seen moments when he felt lost without knowing why, when his spirit drifted in doubt, his dreams disturbed by voices he could not name. These are not coincidences. The betrayal that began with you rippled outward, seeking to alter his path before it fully unfolds. Heaven has moved to intervene. Message 8. My child, do not fear, heaven stands vigilant. Yet you must understand what is at stake. Destiny is a tapestry woven through choice, love, and unseen forces. The treachery around you attempted to change the thread of your family's future, to twist what was meant to flourish. I see your son standing in a field of shifting light, unsure which path is his. He senses something is amiss. His heart is resilient, but the weight placed upon him is not his burden to carry alone. Angels have gathered, their swords raised against the darkness that dares approach him. Message 9. Beloved, your emotions may swirl now, fear, confusion, grief. You have felt these storms already, though you never knew their source. I see you holding torn memories, moments when your trust was shaken, when small doubts crept into your heart without reason. You may recall a sudden distance from someone dear, or a conversation that felt wrong, though you couldn't explain why. These were signs, unrecognized. I gather those broken pieces now, placing them before you so you may see the pattern. The storm was not born within you. It arrived from outside, carried by a hidden hand. Message 10, Cliffhanger. My child, the one who smiles at you bears a silent blade. They know your habits, your hopes, the tenderness you hold for your son. Their betrayal is quiet, but deliberate. Do not be deceived by familiar eyes. This truth is difficult, but necessary. The mask they wear is beginning to crack, revealing the intent beneath. You are stronger than the shadow, but you must face this revelation with courage. Are you ready to see? Message 11. Precious soul, the storm rises within you because your spirit remembers what your mind has not yet accepted. I see you sitting alone in quiet corners, heart racing, as thoughts collide like crashing tides. You hold trembling questions. Why would someone so trusted turn? Why now? Why my son? These emotions are not weakness, they are signals of spiritual impact. The betrayal did not strike all at once, it seeped slowly, like ink in water, staining moments you believed were safe. I gather your sorrow like fallen feathers, and I whisper, you are not broken. Heaven felt every tear, even the ones you hid. You stand in a temple of memory where torn letters fall at your feet, words half-written by those who abandoned truth. Hear me, your grief is seen, and your anger is understood. Message 12. Beloved, as the waves of emotion crash, I reach to steady your hands. You are not alone, the angels have formed a circle around you. Before you, I unfold a vision, a room filled with scattered pages, each page a fragment of your life. Some are stained by sorrow, others edged with gold. A gust of wind sweeps through, and the pages tremble, one page shines brighter than the rest. It bears the name of your son. I see his spirit flickering like a candle caught between two worlds, the world you hoped for him and the path distorted by another's hidden will. The shadows that sought him whisper doubt, trying to convince him he is small, unworthy, unseen. But I tell you the truth, his soul carries a radiance that darkness fears. Message 13. My child, your son is deeply connected to your heart, more than blood could explain. When you hurt, his spirit feels the vibration. When you are betrayed, the impact brushes his destiny. I see memories returning to you, moments when he seemed withdrawn or restless without cause. He felt a shift. On nights when you sensed unease, he did too, his dreams stirred with symbols, doors that wouldn't open, voices calling from unseen corners. These were signs that darkness had dared to lean too near. Yet in every dream, there was a spark, a gentle glow shaped like a wing. That was us. We have stood guard, though the threat slithers close. Message 14. Precious one, I tell you what heaven has done. When the first whisper of betrayal reached us, there was an immediate gathering of angels. They raised shields around you and your son, though the energy of doubt still slipped through, brushing your days with confusion. During moments when your thoughts spiraled, when you felt weighed down without explanation, that was the shadow testing the boundary. Still, you resisted. You reached for hope, for love, for your child, and that alone changed everything. Your love is a force we amplify. Even now, I see angels on rooftops of your memory, holding lanterns of celestial fire, protecting the path that leads forward. Message 15, Cliffhanger. Beloved, I must speak with great care. What you learn next will cut deeper than anything before. The betrayer's intent was not merely to harm, it was to redirect, to shape the future in their image. They believed your son's light belonged to them, that his destiny could be harvested for their gain. You may feel your breath falter hearing this, but know, their influence is weakening. Their reach is slipping. Yet the truth of who they are, and why they acted, will not be easy to bear. Precious soul, gather your strength, for we are about to pierce the heart of this darkness. Message 16. My child, revelations begin. In the coming days, memories you thought forgotten may resurface, moments that suddenly feel significant. You may dream of faces not seen in years, you may find objects moved from where you left them, small signals that the veil between realms is stirring. These signs are not to frighten but to awaken. In twilight hours, you may sense gentle whispers, this is heaven's language reaching through. Some symbols may appear in visions, a feather, a broken ring, a door half open. These are invitations to clarity. Every sign you notice is a thread, guiding you toward the source of deception. You are being prepared. Message 17. Beloved, truth once hidden begins to pulse beneath the surface. You may recall a conversation that felt off, an embrace that lingered too long, eyes that watched not with love but evaluation. These fragments connect now. The betrayal did not begin when you discovered it, it began long before, woven into gestures you trusted. Yet the angels reveal pattern. Protection has always been present. Even when darkness tried to suffocate your son's hope, sparks of light erupted, pushing it back. Now, your awareness grows. You may feel sudden clarity, a name rising from the depths of memory. Do not doubt this, your spirit recognizes truth before the mind accepts it. Message 18. Precious soul, the celestial realm sings around you. I speak to you in dreams, in sudden stillness, in moments your heart whispers, pay attention. You may see flashes, wings brushing over your son as he sleeps, light gathering near his window, warmth settling on his chest. These signs tell you he is protected. Yet the betrayal continues to unravel. There is someone woven into your history, someone whose presence felt natural, unquestioned. Their intentions, though cloaked, now begin to shimmer at the edges. Heaven is pulling the threads loose, revealing what lies beneath. Do not fear the unraveling, it is the first step toward freedom. Message 19. My child, the details sharpen. I see a path lined with memories, some joyful, some heavy. Along this path stands the figure responsible. Their face is blurred, but their energy is unmistakable, familiar, close, once cherished. This betrayal was born not from random cruelty, but from envy, from belief that what belonged to you could be taken. Your son's future, bright and expansive, drew their hunger. They whispered falsehoods in hidden places, hoping to bend destiny. But destiny answers to heaven, not to the jealousy of mortal hearts. The time of revealing is here. Message 20, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the culprit's mask is slipping. The shadow that once hid their identity has begun to fall apart. You may already sense who they are. Your heart feels a quiet tremor when their name crosses your mind. Their presence will soon reveal itself through a sudden message, a memory revisited, or an unexpected encounter. Do you dare look? The next moment will confront you with truth, one that may shake your spirit, but also grant you power. My child, prepare yourself, for the revelation draws near. Message 21. My child, the consequences of this betrayal ripple through timelines like stones dropped into still water. I see echoes of alternate futures, some bright, some dimmed by interference. The shadow that moved against you did not simply speak against your name, it attempted to twist the course meant for your family. Your son's path was designed with clarity and strength, but the unseen treachery introduced storms before his time. I watched moments where he felt uncertainty, doubt rising like fog, veiling his sense of purpose. Yet even through this fog, his inner light remained untouched. Heaven is not shaken. The darkness has affected the surface of his journey, but not its core. His spirit remains safely held in divine protection, though now, awareness is demanded of you. There is work to be done to restore what was disturbed. Message 22. Beloved, I show you now the spiritual landscape. Imagine a great river, clear and strong, flowing toward destiny. Recently, debris from unseen hands was cast into its waters, slowing the current and clouding its reflection. This river is your family's lineage, the stream of inheritance that carries wisdom, blessing, and the dreams of your unborn generations. The betrayal sought to divert this river, to nudge it toward barren lands where purpose falters. Yet heaven has intervened, diverting the poison before it reached the heart. Your son stands upon the riverbank, watching the waters settle. He does not yet understand what has shifted, but he feels it. You do too, though you may not have had the words. I bring those words now, so the river may run clear once more. Message 23. Precious soul, there are moments in life when the unseen weighs heavier than the visible. You may have noticed a sudden change in your interactions, doors closing unexpectedly, relationships growing cold, finances or plans faltering without explanation. These disruptions were not random, they were tremors from the betrayal's spiritual strike. But hear me, the impact did not break you. Your resilience was noticed in heaven. Angels rose in defense, fighting in realms you could not see. They shielded your son from the darkest intentions, allowing only a thin shadow to brush him. That shadow caused doubt, confusion, or restlessness, but it did not bind him. The consequences touched the edges of his life, not the core. You are being shown how much protection has always surrounded him. Message 24. My child, your awareness is the key. There is power in acknowledgement. When the truth is seen, its grip weakens. You may soon notice small signs of spiritual alignment, a sudden calm, a feather on your path, a dream where your son stands tall, radiant. These are confirmations that heaven is closing the breach the betrayer attempted to open. Yet you must act in spirit, choose clarity over fear, strength over silence. Speak truth within your heart, for your voice resonates beyond the physical. The angels hear your courage. Your son's future is not lost, it is merely being redirected to its rightful path. Keep your faith steady, for your choices in these days carry weight beyond your knowing. Message 25. Cliffhanger. Beloved, understand this, the confrontation between light and shadow is reaching its turning point. The betrayer's actions have consequences, and your response will determine how swiftly the shadow retreats, or whether it lingers. You stand at a crossroads. One direction leads to healing, restoration, and renewed trust in heaven's design. The other invites hesitation, allowing darkness to cling longer than necessary. The next choice you make, both in thought and in spirit, will guide the outcome. Precious child of light, your moment has come. Will you step forward, or will the shadow consume what remains? Message 26. My child, take heart. The path ahead is not one of fear, but of clarity. I am here to guide you from confusion into knowing. The first step is to loosen your grip on anger. The betrayal cut deeply, yes, but anger binds you to the one who harmed you, chaining your spirit to their shadow. Release does not mean forgiveness for their sake, it means reclaiming your freedom. As you detach, the world will shift. The fog around you will rise, revealing truth without distortion. I show you a mountain path, narrow yet illuminated. Each step you take removes another veil. You must confront what happened, not to suffer, but to protect your son and reclaim your destiny. Message 27. Beloved, your son's spirit is intertwined with your journey, and so the clarity you gain lifts him as well. I see him standing in a field of starlight, watching as you face truths with courage. He senses the shift within you, your transformation is his shield. When you let go of fear, he grows braver. When you speak truth, he stands taller. The relationship between parent and child is a divine thread. When one rises, the other feels the ascent. I tell you this so you may understand the power in your steps. The clarity you gain will not only expose the betrayer, it will awaken strength within your son that has long been waiting to ignite. Message 28. Precious soul, you may soon witness unexpected signs. A conversation overheard, a forgotten message rediscovered, a dream that feels more real than memory, these will guide you. Truth rarely arrives gently, it comes in fragments, asking you to assemble them. Do not fear these pieces. They are gifts meant to reveal what has lingered in shadow. You may experience a moment of stillness followed by sudden realization, like a curtain pulled from the window. Clarity will arrive not as chaos, but as recognition. Your spirit already knows the truth, your mind is simply catching up. Trust the knowing you feel beneath your ribs, it is heaven whispering. Message 29. My child, as you gain clarity, the betrayer may sense it. Their energy may shift, subtle, defensive, uneasy. They may reach out suddenly, seeking to re-establish connection, or disappear abruptly to avoid exposure. Do not interpret either as coincidence. Their movements are reactions to the light unveiling their intentions. Do not tremble, heaven stands with you. If they approach with sweet words, know that honey can carry poison. And if they flee, know that truth has cornered them. Your task is not to chase or attack, but to see. Awareness is the shield that protects. Recognition is the sword that severs old ties. Message 30, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the truth you seek is arriving soon, but not in the shape you expect. It may not come from the betrayer's lips, it may come through symbol, intuition, or the testimony of another. You may receive a message, a dream, or a sudden recollection that unlocks all remaining secrets. When it comes, it will pierce the silence like thunder. Prepare your heart, my child. The revelation stands at your door, awaiting only your readiness to open. Do you dare receive it? Message 31. My child, the moment you acknowledge truth, divine protection awakens fully around you. I hear the shifting of great wings above your home, I see columns of light forming where once uncertainty lingered. Angels now stand at every threshold, doorways, windows, even along the quiet pathways of your memory. They guard not only your body but your thoughts, so that no hidden whisper can confuse you again. In the stillness of night, you may feel warmth at your back, as though someone gently covers you with a cloak. That is no dream, these are sentinels of heaven, answering the alarm raised by your heart. Your son, too, is surrounded. A shield of light rests over his restlessness, and you may notice him sleeping more peacefully now. These protections are not temporary, they strengthen with every choice you make toward truth. Where once shadows came freely, now they tremble to approach. Message 32. Beloved, symbols of protection begin appearing, feathers in unexpected places, a quiet ringing in your ear, the sudden feeling that time slows around you. These are not mere coincidences, they are markers of the divine. Your spirit is being attuned, becoming able to notice what once went unseen. You might wake with a prayer already on your lips, though you did not remember speaking it. This is your soul joining the angels in defense. When sunlight falls through your window, you may see dancing motes that shimmer like tiny stars. This is the presence of those guarding your son. Even the air feels different, as though heavy things have begun lifting. This is the beginning of restoration. Every sign gently reminds you, heaven has not abandoned you. Heaven is preparing you. Message 33. Precious soul, I offer you a mantra, an anchor for your heart. Light surrounds me, truth guides me, no shadow holds me. Speak it when fear rises, when anxiety prowls, when memories press too sharply. These words open pathways of strength within you, clearing old wounds and guiding new clarity. When spoken for your son, they become a blessing over his future, sealing the cracks through which doubt tried to seep. Let the mantra rest on your tongue at dawn, again at night, and whenever thoughts grow restless. With each repetition, your spirit aligns more clearly with the divine rhythm that was always meant to lead you. You will notice your inner world shifting, steadier, clearer, quieter. And in that quiet, guidance becomes unmistakable. Message 34. My child, the light grows stronger. I see angels working with purpose around you, gathering the debris of betrayal, clearing pathways, untangling knots tied by hidden hands. Some of this clearing happens within your heart, old fears rising so they may be released, old memories returning so they may be understood. Do not resist these waves, they are cleansing tides. Your son begins to feel the shift as well. His uncertainty softens, his voice strengthens, his steps become more grounded. He may speak with sudden insight or show courage you did not expect. These are signs that the protective work has entered his inner world. You and he are being positioned for the truth that must come next. Message 35, Cliffhanger. Beloved, hear me carefully. As divine protection strengthens, the betrayer senses it. Their final move approaches. They may come with apologies, false warmth, or claims of innocence, anything to conceal their intent. Do not be fooled by sudden affection. Their reach is shrinking, and they feel the walls closing. This final attempt may appear harmless, but it is designed to confuse. Precious soul, the turning point is here. The betrayer will make one final move. Message 36. My child, the veil tears. The betrayer stands revealed, not through accusation, but through undeniable clarity rising in your spirit. Their habits, their tone, their history, all align in sudden recognition. You no longer guess, you know. This knowing may bring a chill, for the person is not distant. They once held your trust, stood beside you as if loyal, spoke words of affection while planting seeds of harm. The revelation is painful, yes, but necessary. Truth is the beginning of liberation. You may recall moments where your instinct paused, where something felt misaligned. Now the pieces fall into place. This is not coincidence, it is heaven showing you what was hidden. Message 37. Beloved, the unmasking continues. You may feel shock rush through you, questions rising. How could they? Why me? Why my son? Shadows fed on their envy, convincing them your light was meant to be redirected toward their desires. Yet as truth emerges, their power weakens. I see them caught between guilt and fear, trying to justify what they did, or pretending ignorance. The angels stand between you and them, preventing further harm. You need not confront them directly, the confrontation is happening in the spiritual realm. Their influence has already begun to collapse, and clarity shields your heart from deception. You are no longer vulnerable to their hidden intent. Message 38. Precious soul, though revelation brings pain, it also brings release. I see you breathing deeper now, as if a weight you did not know you carried begins lifting. The shock eases into strength, the sorrow becomes understanding. You may grieve what you thought this person was, but grief is not weakness, it is acknowledgement. Your son senses your shift, his spirit grows brighter, his energy steadier. The shadows that once brushed him have lost their grip. You will notice the world around him becoming gentler, sleep more peaceful, his eyes clearer, his laughter more genuine. The storm is passing. The betrayer's influence dissolves like smoke. Message 39. My child, truth clears the air. A great wind moves through your life, sweeping away deception. You may receive unexpected confirmation, someone revealing what they witnessed, a memory surfacing, or a message illuminating what was hidden. These signs are not random, they affirm what heaven has shown you. Your heart grows courageous, for knowledge brings power. You no longer fear the betrayer, you understand them. You see the weaknesses that led them astray, not because you excuse them, but because knowing frees you. Your son stands at your side in spirit, strengthened by your clarity. A new chapter prepares to open. Message 40. Cliffhanger. Beloved, their power over your future ends now, unless you hesitate. The final severing must be completed. If you pause, doubt may creep in, allowing the shadow to linger longer than necessary. But if you step forward with certainty, the bond of influence will shatter, and your destiny will realign. The moment awaits. My child, will you take the step? Message 41. My child, breathe deeply now, for the time of healing begins. The storm that surrounded your heart has begun to disperse, lifting its cold fingers from the vessel of your spirit. I see you standing in the aftermath, shaken, yes, but unbroken. The angels that once formed a defensive wall now shift into gentle caretakers, tending to the wounds you did not realize were bleeding. They move with quiet hands, brushing sorrow from your chest as warm light settles beneath your ribs. You may feel a strange stillness in the coming days, a calm that looks unfamiliar, like a home you have not seen in many years. This is restoration beginning. Your son feels this too, the tension that once wrapped around his young spirit begins to unwind. His breath falls deeper at night, his dreams soften, and he awakens more centered, no longer startled by unseen weight. Healing is not sudden, it is a rising sun, and its first light is here. Message 42. Beloved, I guide you now toward inner forgiveness, not for the sake of the betrayer, but for your own release. Forgiveness is not permission, it is liberation. The chains that tie you to the wound are loosened when you choose not to carry their darkness any longer. I do not ask you to excuse their actions, heaven sees all, and justice unfolds in ways beyond sight. But holding anger weaves old shadows into your aura, obscuring your divine clarity. Let the anger dissolve, let the sorrow settle into wisdom. Your heart becomes lighter each time you breathe truth into your chest. As you heal, your son's essence brightens. He mirrors your spirit, when you are freed, he walks with steadier steps. This journey is not only yours, his destiny is nourished by your transformation. Message 43. Precious soul, look upon your son now with new eyes. The fog that once hovered over his growing purpose has begun to fade. In the celestial realm, I see shining threads reconnecting, paths realigning with the original design placed upon his spirit. He may become more expressive, more curious, more confident. You will notice small moments, his voice steadying, his laughter deeper, his intuition clearer. These are the signs of spiritual realignment. The darkness that once attempted to sway him has been cast back, unable to withstand the light flowing from your healing. You and your son are mirrors to one another, your strength empowers him, and his resilience inspires you. This bond is a sacred bridge that even betrayal could not break. Heaven has safeguarded it from the start. Message 44. My child, I take your hands now and guide you further toward restoration. The memories that once cut you now transform. They no longer serve as reminders of pain, but as milestones in the story of your awakening. You begin to reclaim pieces of yourself, confidence once whispered away, dreams once doubted, joy once dimmed. The angels fan small sparks within your heart, and they grow brighter with each day you choose truth over fear. The spiritual tension that once lingered in your home dissolves, rooms feel lighter, corners softer, shadows thinner. Even your son senses this shift, he walks through familiar spaces with more ease. You will feel guided to rearrange, cleanse, or renew your surroundings, and every small action becomes a prayer of reclamation. Healing has taken root. You are beginning to bloom again. Message 45, Cliffhanger. Beloved, there is one final step to seal heaven's blessing. You must now speak your truth aloud. This declaration may be quiet, whispered in solitude, yet it holds power. Words anchored in truth close every remaining door through which shadow once sought entry. When you speak, you confirm to heaven, and to yourself, that deception holds no authority here. Your son will feel this shift instantly, like a sudden clearing of wind. Precious soul, gather your courage. To complete this transformation, you must finish this final step. Message 46. My child, as soon as truth is spoken, heaven responds. I see light descending like warm rain, cleansing every corner of your spirit. This blessing does not arrive as thunder, it comes softly, settling over your heart and your home. The angels realign your destiny, guiding you back to the path untouched by betrayal. You may notice life becoming smoother, doors opening, relationships strengthening, opportunities arriving without force. Your son feels this most profoundly. Where once confusion clouded his inner world, clarity now blossoms. He begins to sense his purpose again, like a song he suddenly remembers. His steps are bolder, his dreams brighter. This is divine realignment, the natural order restored. Message 47. Beloved, I place my hand upon your shoulder. Know that every tear you shed watered the seeds of transformation. What once felt like breaking was truly a remaking, shaping you into one who sees with discerning eyes. You learned which voices to trust and which to release. Your son has learned alongside you, absorbing the strength that radiates from your healing. His path, once threatened, is now clearer than before. I see celestial shields surrounding him, shimmering like armor forged in starlight. These shields protect not only his present but his future, guarding his spirit from the envy or confusion of others. You are not merely surviving, you are rising. Message 48. Precious one, the confrontation has passed, the transformation nearly complete. Now you stand in a new dawn. The heavens rejoice, not because the trial was easy, but because your spirit endured. Your sun shines brighter than ever, his heart, once shadowed, is now wrapped in divine protection. He will grow with a strength born from your courage, from the love that would not yield. And you, your spirit glows with wisdom. The betrayal that once seemed devastating now becomes a chapter that empowers rather than defines. You carry new sight, new purpose, new trust in the unseen guardians that walk beside you. Heaven has not forgotten a single step of your journey. Message 49. My child, as your destiny realigns, blessings begin to flow. You may notice synchronicities, unexpected support, sudden clarity, encounters that feel guided. These are not accidents. They are heaven's way of guiding your steps into greater peace. Your son's future is protected, his path stands firm. The interference that once disrupted his foundation has been uprooted. He stands upon solid ground now, free to grow. You too will feel stronger, lighter, more connected to the divine rhythm that pulses beneath your days. The world may appear brighter, not because it changed, but because you have. Your heart, once guarded by fear, is now held by faith. Message 50, final. Beloved, the veil has lifted. Your son is protected. Heaven has restored what darkness sought to claim. I walk beside you, guarding your lineage and guiding every step you take. You are no longer bound by the hidden betrayal of the past. You are free, awakened, strengthened, divinely aligned. Precious soul, the path ahead gleams with promise. Let peace fill your spirit, let truth carry you forward, and let love be the banner you raise above every day that follows. My child, the veil has lifted, your son is protected, and heaven will guide your every step. Carry this truth forward.